We don't know what gonna really be the end to this and the kind of... Oh my God. The country poor. Because the country poor, corruption is heavy. Because the country poor, the corruption heavy. Because everybody do a lot of things for money. But the killing them we are going right now, like say, never really get way down there.
Right now you and we unstoppable. Unstoppable, that mean them can't stop ya. Unstoppable, now we are trained.
So, most of you might remember the other day I made this statement in a video when I said that, yo, back in the day, the only thing we used to have to worry about when we visit certain other parishes, you know, or what we call country, or Jamaica. You know, when we visit certain other parishes, the only thing we used to have to worry about was a man named Well Sharp Cutlass. Right? That's the only thing we used to have to worry about. But right now, we can't say the same because right now, every parish a lot gun. And Wally British is having a similar conversation. Wally British is talking about how hot Westmorland is right now and say Westmorland is one of the leading parishes as it relates to murder. But people, the conversation did not stop there because Wally British and a few other persons was trying to determine what actually is the cause or who actually is the cause. They might say, yo, could it be the police, the corrupt one them? Could it be the politician them, the corrupt one them? Or is it that all politicians corrupt? Me don't know. But yeah, that's what the conversation was all about. And people, it's a very interesting one. So me are going to take a listen to what was being discussed. And we can talk about it in the comment section in the meantime, Zane. So let's do that.
We're starting closer down to the end of the year. Violence and murder increase rapidly. Somebody say, what is Andrew in regards to the Prime Minister? What am I do about it? And when me think to myself, I say to myself, say, when can I really do? But maybe there's a lot of things where him can do and me don't know. So in regards to the increase of crime and violence, right now it is described as barbaric or barbaric, however the word is pronounced, because it has stepped outside of the norm right now. The things them way happen is just not, it seems like and just normal murders, even though nothing about murder should be normal. But something abnormal seems to be going on. Something just not normal. What really are going on? Who want to know, like this one, me make a post and I say, boy, I think Jamaica need the FBI down there. Some say, we don't need the FBI because America, I gun them I come from Jamaica. I come down at Jamaica. My answer to that is, me not think that makes sense for say based on me feeling like we need some extra help. I do believe that Jamaica and the whole law system, I do believe that they don't have equipment of the word, resources. Me feel like they don't have enough resources to buckle them a crime I will really go on at Jamaica. But I want to ask the question. For a person who may say, what the Prime Minister down there do? Tell me some things I want to feel like the Prime Minister them can do. Tell me some of the things I want to feel like the government of Jamaica really can do. When you analyze how Jamaica set up and think of our resources that we have and see what can happen, because I one thing me know, something I got to be done, you know. Every time a news feed update, you know, and me see the star, you know, and somebody else did. One thing when me hear the government mention, when me agree with, anybody will get catch down there with illegal gun, me do believe say they fear get some big sentence. Me feel say that a one thing we can start to make man know say alright, but afraid to get catch with a gun. Me feel say them fear get some outrageous sentences to be caught with a gun. Obviously, a whole heap of people now go agree, but I don't know if hanging really it go come back to hanging, but wonder what is really going on. Because it is definitely not normal. I know what Prime Minister can do. Because to me, in the ghetto, them are most of the place where the crime them are gone. The system not set up down in Jamaica like for one up here when you go some bombs and something you can call police and police can come ASAP. And the resources for do the investigation and stuff. Investigation is so hard down at Jamaica because based on how the ghettos them are set up, to my understanding. To me, them a crime are bigger than them. Most of the crime them was solved in a foreign where police find out this and that. A people give them information and they act up on it. And from when me analyzing a Jamaica based on how it's set up, and all the citizens themselves are afraid. Them now run no information too much from police. Yes, we know we have bad cops, but I know all of them bad. Me feel say what happen in our community, them of course maybe is either the people they afraid or they really not talk. And then now there's only so much, no care how police system good, there's only so much they can do without information. For example, the last few bad men where police kill, we see the residents them of the community then come out and protest. You know, see no protest and all that are going when some innocent people dead. So it's just like, we don't know what will really be the end to this and the kind of, oh my God, the country poor, because the country poor, corruption is heavy. Because the country poor, the corruption heavy. Because everybody are do a lot of things for money. But the killing them we are going right now, look like say never really get way down there. Money are the root of all evil to again and then now. Me I wonder if I the whole heap of voodoo and the whole heap of obia working and the whole heap of science we ending up a one in regards to the scamming. In regards to the scamming, me feel say the people then gone over to another side in which them are mix up in a all kind of something to where them a fear sacrifice people. Because some of them killing you has to be sacrifice motivated. As me said, enough of them killing you and a smarty do smarty something and we decide say alright, them a figure dead. Whole heap of them are some type of barbaric type of action. The whole heap of obia where we are welcome. The whole heap of voodoo we are work. Just to try to get money, boy. Me don't know, but me afraid of down there. Me afraid of down there, me not lie. Me not lie. Me don't know what these mothers are doing with their sons them. Me I wonder if them mother you not ball enough eye water upon their son them. About the type of something them where them a do. And what is really happening. Jesus Christ, for we poor nation. Every minute, one time a day, every 3 days, so you look on the star and see murder. A 2 times for the day now. But me know say bigger than the police them. To be honest, me really think say bigger than the government. Don't they? We want intervention, we want bigger type foreign police come in. Foreign police can definitely do it. Remember, say, whole situation where they go on down there with Dodos and whatever the case may be, you know. I remember, say, when time them a gunman, you come down, when them a foreign police, I mean, I know whether FBI or whoever they go down there and go down that Tivoli Garden and go down or wherever they go, you know. No care where man a hide or no care how they don't know the place, you know. Then find them target where they go find, you know. Couple dead well, you know, but it was have to be done. And that have to happen now. And that have to happen now. To be honest, some of them gunmen, they have to kill out. They have to kill out, but the more born and I reach 15 and 16 and 17. And through where they come up, come see. It alone, they know. The country want help, man. The country want help. Me agree bigger than the police them. Cause remember say them a people have fire up on police too, you know. Remember saying a foreign a very rare you hear man a fire shot back on police, you know. Montego Bay and Westmorland at the beginning of the year when me hear about the crime and murder rates for Westmorland, it increased by 67%. It's sad as a nation to experience that. Me glad at Portland, me born and grow where the little badness a go on and now it barely a start. We might hear so 1 7 somebody dead for the, get killed for the year. Westmorland a go on bad man. And the only thing you can't think of are the scamming and the money and stuff because I don't of them parishes they heavy. Right now, Westmorland gone past St. Andrew, Kingston, Central Kingston, and them place they were for years and them the place that the most killing are gone. Westmorland saying, we have to beat on now, we are double one usually do. Westmorland and St. James, good God Almighty. St. Elizabeth a try one look something to forward here. St. Elizabeth a take time creep up forward here, but St. James and Westmorland, what go on down them the two parish there? What is really going on in them parish there? And me say the saddest thing is that the gunman them broke and hungry. The saddest thing is that the gunman them where do these killing when you see them and see them look pants and they look underpant. When police kill them, you see them body and see look 50 they hungry. Somebody said the scamming a cause it and me agree. People a kill people cause man thief, man leads, man thief, man client, man sell, man client. And all of this, hey, them balling and sit whenever people here go through a foreign or wherever them then they know. Them balling they know. People here want no good something for the pie too, you know. So I hit of them a kill them one another down there, you know. I hit make them a kill them one another down there, you know. Killing never usually so nothing, you know. I kill people for things for they never work for a day in their life. The uncle look money where they get out of when it done the killer them a look money for buy bleaching cream like yourself to try to disguise their identity. But people here water dip on them, but it affect innocent people a get in a crossfire. All the little 9-year-old when they kill yesterday and then a thief the car. So you have to wonder where that stem from. Because whenever the car they want, one day fall, they fall, the pitney father, they must spite. I wonder, you know what I mean? You have to think all kind of things. Jamaica mingle with too much evil. And mingle with too much evil. All the money them we a thief and I do all of that for real. If you buy gun, me follow the star and from the year start. And that's all you can see, Panny. People are say, alright, if they don't have no good news to show, you have to show bad news, make people know what going on. You have to show the bad news to make people see what going on. Nobody can have a change of heart. What is it that the civilians them are going to do? Civilians they know everything where happen for the most part, but they can't talk. What type of protection them are going to get for start? Give up some of these bad man here. Some of it dead for some live, but something have to happen. Something have to happen. The greed of money. The greed of money, me I tell you, especially with we crave unto when it come to money, you know. Me saw one post this morning, I say, one post this morning, I say, how much money you da need now to take you out all your money problem now? And me see some people all right 500 billion. No greedy, we greedy, why somebody we can't have nothing, man? Where you want 500 billion for do? Where you need $1 billion for do for take? What worries you enough you need $1 billion? You're too greedy. You can't see save some free money there, so somebody, everybody for come take up some and left that who behind. You can't get to the way we greedy. The first 2 man will go up for one safe, then can't take up all of it. We're too greedy, man. My God. Poor country under pressure. The poor people them where I grew up and I grew up as a dead man a grung. You know, see police involved in a contract killing. Listen, we're not denying. We are not denying that we have fraud cops and police we are inveigling at things where they're not supposed to inveigle in. But not care how much of them do that, it can't catch up to the numbers of legitimate bad man. So we never go talk about the few cops them where are involved. We never talk about we know police do that, but it is no percentage of them we can mount up to the amount of bad people who do the wrong things. Pitney can't walk go school in peace. Boy, I mean, I tell us that we country really need a divine intervention. It really, listen a moment, not tell me say I need a few, because the few bad cops, then them can mount up to a really go on to Jamaica. Them can mount up to a really go on to Jamaica, so no make we talk about that. When me live under a rock with China, me know say you have whole heap police in vehicle and things. Me know that. But to one police were involved in a fraud, you have 40 bad man. So what is the percentage rate in terms of if we are going to compare? Soul. What really happened? Me say some of the people in my community, then them have to get visa and come a foreign and turn in farmer. And true, we so come up and I need that they sit there say in farmer for dead. Boy, me no know. I don't know. But me glad me no grew up conceit. Me glad me no grew up conceit, because I know nothing where me want to experience. A bad man is a bad as his police friend allow him. Why me I tell you? If you think say we're a revolution, I me never know why me waste my time to talk to you. Because me want to know if you think say every crime where every bad man a deal with police have angry night. You think every crime where bad man a do police involved? Come on, they're bad cops, but come on. Boy, I'm sorry for the police. Them if you look a bad one, them where boy me I tell them them a bad name, me I run pan all the good police them across the board.
This is my take on the situation. I grew up in the ghetto, right? And what I see, this is what I'm going to talk about. Kingston, right?
Yeah.
I go downtown. Cool? This is how I look at the whole situation. The politician them, this is who I blame. The reason why I'm saying that, the guns coming to the country. The guns coming to the country through them. Them have a little boy them in the area. Them little man them. And them hire them. Even the scamming who are going to Jamaica. Everything. Wally, if the youth them poor, there's no way them can get gun. Every politician lock down a certain area. Them give you a gun. Them tell you what you can do and what you cannot do. With all the killing that is going on in Jamaica, why did the Jamaica government, why did Andrew put back Mr. Chang there? Nobody not thief like him, you know. Nobody not have let me tell you something. It's a tree, Wally, and the ghetto people are at the bottom. You hear me? Me, I talk from experience. Police tell my cousin, say, him for go do robbery. You understand? If him not do it, them might kill him. These are some of it. Let me tell you something. It's a lot. You can't just itemize and say, the bad man them. If you put gun into somebody's hand and you say, go do this and them do it and you make them hold the gun, you know, feel like say when you're now look and you know, give them a work for them, I go take the gun and go do our own work on them for themselves. That is how it goes. We have to start.
So you think most of the killing that is going on at that, you know, I really want to talk to, I want to talk to some police.
No, you can talk to them and soldier too. But you know the wickedest thing? Bad man, the soldier them and the police them now are the wicked, are them are the biggest extortionists now. I don't know, let me tell you something. I can only talk from what I know and what I see growing up. And that to me is the root of the problem. You understand? The root. Yes. Because how can a shipment of gun come into Jamaica to a politician and nobody's nothing about it? Why is a shipment of gun coming into Jamaica to a politician and nobody question that?
It would have just come in like any other country where things are coming when they're supposed to come in.
Exactly. So why we don't stop it? But why is it? Why the government?
No,
when it get
stop.
catch?
Don't stop. Some of it don't stop. Some of we go the extra mile for do things where government not know about. Sneaky ways of making things happen. Every shipment of gun coming,
Wally.
we're going to feel like say government must know about it.
No. Links run Jamaica. Links run. Me, I got links.
But some of the links then must have to do with police or government.
Hello, you cannot bring in ammunition unless police or soldier know. You cannot come into Jamaica unless a police or soldier know. It have to pass through that authority. Me, I tell you.
But I want to know how me get to talk to some police.
But you have to talk to them after here. You have to talk to them after. You can't talk to them.
You can't talk and can't
No. You can't
situations like
this. You can talk to a retired police. You understand? Or a police will not live in Jamaica no more, and then he will tell you how the ropes go. But you can't expect a police now to go talk because you might put himself in a problem. My father was soldier in Jamaica, you know. My father was soldier. And me, if you tell you about it, my father was soldier. My family were police. You understand? So it is a lot. You can't just...
And basically your take on the whole situation and the crime and violence, you're saying it is the government which is a part of it. The government definitely has funded it in terms of weapons.
Me, I look at girl and say government official give boy gun in them hand. Me not ask nobody no question.
And then make you see that.
Oh, hello, you look at picnic them business what you do? When them are going to shoot up the place, them say, yo, go in. When them are going to shoot up the place, them tell us, say, go in now. The same time them come and say, go in. Within less than 5 minutes, you know exactly where I'm going. I saw the place run, and that's why citizens are not going to talk.
But we are trying to think, say, what is the goal out of that? Say, for example, police come now and give some bad man a gun and like all a situation like that. And they know when shooting or go on and them hotel Pitney and everybody these 10 cities, so no go in.
Yeah.
Little after that, you hear gunfire rain out the door. When you come out 2 or 3 man dead, what does that do for the politician?
Well, me not busy with that. Me not busy. Him know what?
Because everything we are doing must stop me again.
Exactly.
So
remember say, me not know you know. Me not know. Them know what them again. You understand me? A lot of things. Okay, it's the money and territory and power. You understand me? Okay, that is it. Everybody want money. Everybody want territory. Remember, you know, it's a greed thing. Like I say, money, you know, and everybody want to show that them are the biggest dad and them things. So even with the scamming, who you think? Oh, come on now. You think Jamaican little youth just get up on the sky, scam people, so them have to have links. You have to have somebody at the top.
No, me not think of links make the scamming go on. Come on. People them who want a phone, the government have to do that.
Me I hear you. Me know police were illegal with scamming. Me not ask no question. Go down a mobile, go dig up mobile. What no, come on, Wally man.
That's gonna be a bad cap where scam for yourself, but the mass majority of people where scam and the government allow it, me not feel.
No, I'm not saying the government is allowing that. What I'm saying is that in every area where you have something that is deteriorating, you're going to find a top man. And the top man is going to be a politician or a police involved. There has to be, because there's red tape that have to go under for it control.
Right.
There's red tape.
Oh my
but God. You know what? Until we Jamaicans learn to stop, make people take away like yo-yo, it will never stop. Even with little girl when dead the other day. Oh, she understand her father knows and her father not see her because her father afraid of the youth. Oh, your father dead. Little girl when them come. Yeah. Oh, come somebody could have called you and tell you say your daughter dead. That means them see her a long time. That means everybody knows patch there.
See a long time, but we know Jamaica go on for 15 years will have them man and I take them man. So that now him could do what's a bad man in there.
Exactly.
So
that's what I'm trying to tell you. So everybody know what is going on, but nobody's going to talk because nobody don't want dead. Nobody's going to talk. Nobody. You think them and know who kill them? Of course they know. Nobody's going to talk. So Jamaica run.
Tell me, what do you think can be a solution or even a part of what do you think is a start?
From me a little girl, me I say, everybody in the parliament now need to go. Start over fresh. Get some.
But didn't it change when government change and it and a jail
Wally,
period not
no.
change?
Me not talk about. Me talk from both parties. Some of them have them seat too long. Them not know how to get up and go.
Like who you think needs to get out?
Everybody from GLP to PMP. Me a labor, right? From GLP to PMP. I think we need to all of the old people then. Everybody from me a little picnic was still at all them seats. We feel like them have to dead in there. Clean house. Everything get clean. Bring in some new fresh people, some young people who have lived the life, who know what is going on and can do something. You understand me? Come on, the same people, nothing not change. Whether GLP or PMP, nothing not change. Are the same story, but different parties, same bullshit.
Same bullshit.
See, Andrew a sell way out there, but Portia borrow money and put you in a batty hole. So the only thing left for Andrew do not offer sell because nobody's not lending you money. Because you don't have any good credit. I don't lie, me I tell. The airport will fly going on our one. We are pay rent. See them want they want to take away maroon land if we go sell it. That's how the people them are going with them things. Everything. No, come on, man. Everybody for go Jamaica. We must start going. It's like our body. We take our badness to the government.
All right. I am going to hear from about 3 more persons and see if their input are similarly the same to yours. But basically, in regards to the crime and violence, you're definitely putting it on politicians and the government overall and the police and all of that.
If you're going to get a company right now, you can get somebody to do a contract claim for $1,000 US. Why? Them hungry.
Yes, so because exactly so that now have nothing to do with the government or police.
What? Oh, you mean? Hello, remember say you're governing that area, you know. Why is the Jamaica dollar so high? What are you doing to make sure that where's the jobs for our people? You locked down the country for almost two years. What is happening? Where the kids are in school? All the parents them are remember I said Jamaica full of poor people, you know. All them parents them are making.
But the country poor overall, so them can do like we have a country with big money do.
No, but hello, you know how much money Jamaica get during COVID to give out to people for small businesses? Them don't get none. Canada give money. America give money. Them not get none. You hear me? Andrew and all of them near GLP again. All of them take it at each other them big house. And when election time come, you see them put on clocks and start but some ghetto tune and them fool them with them little food.
So what would you have to say to the persons who, when election time come around, they're heavily killing themselves for these politicians, knowing that after a person going at them seat now or something, everything is back to how it originally was, and then election will come again and them are gonna do the same thing? What would you say to them?
Me personally, all I'm saying is my solution is, instead of taking the politician money and hurting you one another, take the politician money, when they sit down, like what Massacre do, then go rob, they bring truck and go rob the politician, them, tie them up in them house and box them, make them see what it feel when they might do poor people. So, and I bet them behave themselves. No. You are the order to do that to people. I bet if it get done to you, you have a different approach. The money will not take me to put one of that, throw down a plan up, and go lick them some politician house and tie them up and stuff up their mouth with sacks. I give them some order and see if them not behave themselves.
I want to have a real good debate on this topic. The young lady we just spoke to just now feel like it is entirely on the politicians and the government. She's saying that as a child, she definitely see politician come to her community as a child and definitely give bad man gun and them thing. Them want to know if these things is really happening, and if so, what is the goal? Because me I say, all right, if me is a phony politician and me make some gun come in the country and me go down in the ghetto and me say, all right, Paul, them say you're a shooter down here. Me I go hold on a second, sir. Me I go give you a gun. Give a gun figure do what? And if I give my gun now and two more poor man dead outside, how does that benefit the politicians? And that I want to know if see if I can see where this makes sense. Hello, sir.
Hello, Wally. Well gone. Up and running.
I am doing. Up and running, darling. What is your take on all that we've discussed so far?
Well, I say, I look at it, it's bare nonsense I go on with the politician them, and it's not necessarily say, like how some people are classify it as a boy, politician are enforce wickedness on the street. The real detail about these things, is because you see the lack of infrastructure we have at Jamaica, lack of training for police. You see how them deal with the people, them mash up the people, them stall, and make a foolishness there. In a Christmas time, you understand me?
Let me stick up in right there. Some people might be upset about it. We're talking about now that the force, the unit where them enforce to go up on the road for deal with them, the little thing there, and like you say, mash up people stall and all of that. Me know say we as Jamaicans, we don't really like laws or rules or regulation. And if they say no stall can't spread out right, yes, so. As much as you know, say, all right, and you also no stall can't spread out there. If we were to be allowed to do what we want, everybody would have a stall spread out where it is not supposed to be. So we can't say,
right.
all right. Just like in America, if
Which
your
is
car
right.
park somewhere waiting off a park, police are going to come and give you a ticket there because you're not a park there, your car. So, how many does park us a little bit and rate it? The rule is that no car mustn't park there. So no stall, nothing put on there so we can't just, oh, true, we hustle, yes, so we're going to put the stall and nobody nothing trouble the stall.
True that. You see, the policeman who made the statement this morning, or maybe yesterday, the statement was made. He had said that a lot of the people them was cooperative because, they went and they spoke to them in a manner, in a decent manner. You understand me? And they was willing to move them stall and go elsewhere. You see the thing, that's what I'm talking about, the infrastructure in Jamaica. You see what I mean? I'm living here in Florida. You understand me? And I used to live in New York. I live all over America. You understand me? But at the same time, and you look at how the police operate up here, even though you hear about the violence and all them stuff there, but people always talk about them rights and nobody now defend it. You understand me? You hear them talk about Black Lives Matter and all them other stuff. Them talk about rights where don't exist. You understand me? You hear them say something about this guy L.A. Lewis, where them say him a madman and all this other thing. This man have sense. If you not listen to what this man actually has said, he might go on like a fool, but he have sense. You can learn. If you are gonna sell something, you can't go in at the middle of the road and block up the sidewalk and them stuff there. You understand me? The government give you a place for do your business. But the thing about it, the crime where we are getting right now, the government give you a place to market, But the crime, people afraid for going to them place there. Because extortion is in there. You understand me? Them have extortion is in there where aside from the money where you are pay for opening your style in that establishment, there are other guys who coming around and make you know, say, look here, if you not have $1 5 grand after when the day done, we are take what you have or array, what have you, You understand me? These things is what messing up the community, messing up the environment. And then them have this thing where, being attacked. You know and you not say nothing. You understand me? Police do not prevent crime, What them do is solve crime. Them never did it when crime are gone. You see me? And when the crime happen, them go investigate and then them find out who and what did what. You see me? So we need the people them too. Because the other day somebody thief my prize ram out of St. Mary, You understand me? My prize ram goat. A man, my brethren, they feed the goat them, and a man sneak up back him and move away with the ram, You understand me? Simple. And thief ram in our axi. He my woman. Me know how me not go take jungle justice in my hand.
A man and a woman thief your goat.
A man and a woman. You understand me? And police are look for them long time and can't catch them car what? Nobody now attack.
Nobody now attack. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. Do you feel the crime and violence or the increase, the rapid increase, in crime and violence that our island is facing right now, do you think that it is the police and politicians' fault?
Not necessarily. I think it is the
don't
people
either.
fault. I think it's the people fault. They want them who would say, oh, me not talk.
In
You understand me?
attack. And then, and for example, when somebody, when them, where you think about, are you upset when you hear say police kill two gunman them?
Not across, because they kill two of them right down you see where Cape Town keep that show that St. Mary may come from, down at Watersdale. About
I don't
2
believe
3
they're
weeks
still
ago.
good police. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about
Go
3
ahead.
weeks ago. You understand me? Right out there, so a banana board there. 2-3 months sit down in our, right near my farm too, you know. 3 months sit down in our vehicle out there. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
And police shoot two of them. And when they open the trunk, two goat them have in the back of the axle. One of them run away. I may feel like I him.
So pretty much at this point, you're just an anger man because there's a lot of goat theft been going on in St. Mary.
Yeah.
Goat theft is plaguing St. Mary. Well, I'm really sorry that they stole your Rami, but we really are talking about the loss of lives right now, which is 10 times serious than a Rami. Where if they left you with one, you still can't breed up on next one. Boy, I mean, that's me have to take bad things, make laugh. It's rough what is going on.
Funny, you know, because I never really, to be honest, never vexed, but like what I said about the crime now, the crime rate are going now. Watch out. Let me get into this because this I'm really
because this probably like a shade you come on for chop off for your goat teeth, you know.
Yeah, that too. But you see me, I said, But you see the thing about it, you know, is this. You see them criminal. I know like one time when man a flash ratchet. You understand me? Man can buy a gun.
Do you believe that all of the guns them were coming at Jamaica government know about it?
No, not necessarily.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that either. Me feel say people have ways of beating the system just like anywhere else. And that is what is happening. Just like in America here, you have people who beat system and get phone in a prison where they not have phone, weed in a prison where they not get weed. That no means say, all right, the guards, them and the whole force and everybody know. It's the same way with guns. Some of them we are reaching politicians know, but I know all of them you are going to say politician have to know because a politician will let you go. No, some of the guns are sneaking into the country. People have different link outside of the politicians and stuff like that. But anyway, for last word going out, I want you to throw as much shade and send out a message that this person who thief your Rami can hear because they will hear. What would you like to say to that man and that woman who thief your Rami?
You see, if you not kill me goat, you better come let him back go, which part you pick him up. Trust me. The same place you run through that bush there and tear down the wall at the back of the gully, you bring back my goat. Because I know say, you're not a fool, you know how much a goat they worth. It's not a normal goat. It's not a local goat, that is a Nubian. You understand me?
It's a Nubian goat.
Yeah, it's a Nubian ram and him fully grown. So you must know, say that if you look on my page, just see the goat. When me write down, say if anybody have any information, link me.
Oh, so you put out, you take time, put out a little reward for your goat because it's a very important goat.
Yeah, man. You know, anybody will give me some information or find the thief or what have you, me not go do nothing because me will deal with the law because me is not a vigilante. Them days they done, you see me all grew up, you know. You see me?
But you just want back your rabbit.
Yeah, man. A stepping will be there. A stepping will be there if somebody have any information where me can retrieve my animal. You understand?
Animal. All right, I have opened a pass on this live that the man supposed to can get back in go. Thanks for your input, sir. Have a good evening.
I respect all the British. A long time me a pray, you know. You always have a good vibes, you see.
All right, darling.
Thanks, Empress.
All right, cut yourself off. Yes, anybody thief the man Rami. Uno ensure if you can the man Rami, the man say nah deal with none jungle justice. The man say there is a a reward for anybody when know the whereabouts of his Nubian for carry back a Nubian. So the man getting price get his point across. Anybody else who want to speak seriously on the matter what we're discussing, crime and violence in Jamaica, what do we think is the cause of it? How do we think we can help? And what do we think the government is doing and is not doing in terms of crime and violence in our country? Who else want to speak? Very important matter. We are being plagued with murder with our country from a longer time, but it has been increased. It has been it is on a steady uprise since about the middle of last year up until now. I think the scamming has a lot to do with it. Some people think that the government is 100% of them and in it. Me really not think so. But yes. Of course I know that there are still good police. I think me could have idiot to think all police are fraud. We couldn't think so. I know look police are doing look something and us up on the side because the country poor and blah blah blah. But I mean, most definitely not on every cop. Hello, darling. Where are you checking in from this afternoon?
St. Anne, Steer Town.
You're in St. Anne. How is the violence in where you're from? Is it as bad as what is going on in Westmorland, or is it on a little steady uprise, or not as much?
No violence no, but what when I call in for say, I'm gonna tell you this. You see the parents, them most like the mother, them have a big role to play. Enough youth, go up with crime, get locked up, mother go be a man. Talk to me now.
Yes.
Mother wash blood clothes.
Mother wash out bloody clothes. Oh my God, boy, me I tell you, blood of Jesus upon them.
Remember say no, nobody can beat nobody pick me again, So everybody unruly, Government not nothing to do with this.
The boring government, man, me no idiot.
Thank you. And remember, people can beat any system now. So enough people gonna foreign and have a real visa, they beat foreign system. So why you think gun can come here and government no know? Tell me no man.
Talk.
Because don't know technical high school, me no fool.
Yes.
You see every site will open, a man go they go work and buy them gun. Nobody can talk to them. Politicians no give people gun, them they gun the rough still long time.
Yes, mommy, what you say?
Gun.
Yes.
And them go do them. Let me tell you, and you only
hold on, what is a blanket, mommy?
Yeah, this is a blanket. It was a blanket and a sheet. The sheet read over to mechanic.
You should just throw it over where the overseeing way, mommy, because I am not sure what is going on with the machine prior use.
Me no use it, me never tried yet.
Just left me make it go around, mommy.
You just want to speak.
Lock the side door there and leave it alone. Go ahead, darling.
Alright, well, let me tell you something now. People, you work so hard and come in and buy your car. When you buy your car and park it at the gate and thief come thief it. Come on and talk to me now, Wally. Andrew never tell nobody to do that.
No.
Bad man.
No. Yeah, exactly. So people hear a lady and know we are talk with sense. We can't blame common sense. Can't tell us say half of them are something. We can't put everything upon government. All guns with the pan road. Me not see the sense. Me not see what it is. You see in a politics, in a voting time, me agree. So no can say maybe some gun run them the time there for whatever it is a go on in a them period of time there. But outside of that, the politicians just get some gun and come in and then get our ears here, right? Paul and Dave and John, I had shoot at them down here, and come and say, who the gun the Paul? Who the gun the you? And Paul now I go kill one 9-year-old or one 14-year-old or one old man, or whether they even kill one rich man. Where the politicians are get out of that? So it's just not adding up.
Again, one next I show you. You notice you see a little pit in them. I not talk the little boy yesterday. In a the bad community, you see a little pit in them are dead. When them kill a little pit, I say nobody block road. But as police go kill a man, Lord God, him innocent.
Him this talk to me now, Wally.
And in just did I go cooking family dinner, and in just did I go sharing family food,
But who
and
kill
in
the pitney them? Who kill the pitney them make on the can go Black Road and draw him out and say, talk to me now, man. So what politicians have to do about that when them go kill all the pitney them now, lick up pitney, give them gunshot. Me not see nobody a Black Road, nobody not drop nobody. Don't talk to me.
Nobody now block no road. You came up with some good points. None of these actions point to politicians. It's beyond their control. We don't know, so we have good and bad in everything. But in this situation, the bad does not outweigh the good. And just like you say, man, I get the money from people do their scamming. When they get the money, the first thing I buy a some gun. Gonna come in about from 80 of guards where they on the water, but then can't catch everything. The amount of obey where they over 80 when they aisle up and work them, the obey them here say man they pan see with all gun and police cave us boat. Me don't know how true it is. But with how Jamaica go on with the obey now a different and a regular cloud one obey man up a St. Thomas again or down a St. Mary. Haitian type science, and you know, see man down there now I drink goat blood out of goat head, and we think say all of that are going for all of that are going because top class science when I tell you say, and them a something me have to do to make the money come in, and then me really I love all music, but the extreme murder songs, I mean, nobody's not going to know about them. The level of murder they are killing unless you partake in it might be wrong. But you have to be partaking in it somewhat to be able to know, because if you don't have no experience of those things, you're not going to be able to know like that. I don't think that is something that you can really read about if you really come with the thorough descriptions of the cruel actions where these people are putting in a songs. Somebody commented and said, all right, first thing first, a certain lyrics a song, certain, just like how them a band song and, you know, and gay song and people say about this and say about that. Them start put some every rules and regulation pan them and stuff because the griminess and the violence where them are describing and the lyrics in some of these songs. Me don't know why it have to be like that. And then know sometimes some of the musicians feel like say, all right, parents are say, we pick them a follow their song, but we are raising up pick them and uno for raising up pick them yourself. But no care what you do, you can't stop them from hear music. You can't stop them from hear music. So there's no good you can't raise your pick the way. Even if you not play the music in your house, then go hear everybody have phone now of this, of that. Me feel so we can find some other song and sing. Some artists not have no song beside murder song.
The artists they want jump on Andrew Wellness.
Yes.
All of the artists they want jump on Andrew, but no, coming at the community are the problem. The community is the problem because not community can grow the pitney. No, you can't lick nobody pitney because they might come beat you. You can't correct nobody pitney because they might come beat you. And the pitney them grow with that.
Music is really a big influence. It's sad, mommy. I tell us, I really hope you keep safe. It's like you sit down there, like a shop down there. Me say,
Yes,
sent and yes, big up yourself for trying and
try life. Politicians are not really know. Kingston, me come from, come a center and come try life and see. That's sell everything, Wally. You think me not sell a body?
For your honest living. Well, me glad for your input. Here's a lady here that is thinking the exact opposite from the first lady. This lady feel like politician doesn't have nothing at all to what is happening. It is really the persons of the community, the mothers who are enabling their children by not trying to talk them out of way of crime, but assisting them by when they get in all these type of trouble, run go jail, go ball for them and bail them out. When they come in with bloody clothes, help them wash it, help them bury hole and hide it, help them hire gun. Uno mother, uno for dead out. Uno for dead out. Thanks for your input, darling. I hope you have a good day, darling. Keep safe.
You,
all right. One more person at this time. One more person we're gonna add. I am just I am just sick of it. It is really creeping me out what is really going on down there. As me say, at some point, would I really want to talk to somebody who is in the law. But a lady had said before, say a police, while them active in the force, won't be able to talk. I mean, not say why, because I just want to know from them side what for them opinion on what is going on. So I wish somebody from law enforcement could join the live. I don't know if I'm lucky for one hour the per year now or something like that. If me never catch a breath, darling, I wouldn't be breathing. I'm catching a breath, it just sound like I'm not. But I actually am. But we need to speak to somebody from the other side of the fence because, boy, me no know. All I know, me need Jamaica need an intervention, and I just wish we could have get a law system from over here in the US, the FBI or somebody to intervene. Because right now, me know police now have the resources where them need for do what them need for do. And me know say in a foreigner, most of the time when crime solve, when a murder go on here, so the police they walk from house to house to house in the neighborhood there, try to find out if nobody see nothing or hear nothing. If they look where one somebody can't tell and say, you know, 1 o'clock me this one blue car drive go over there. They know then the camera from here so near and wide up the street to see if they could have catch a blue car past certain time for turn at the neighborhood. Then them the little thing they help out foreign police where Jamaica have. And next thing again, me think everybody we in a foreign we have their family member down at Jamaica, especially Montego Bay and Westmorland. See if you can invest in our local camera system. See if you can invest in a local camera system for no family them place. It might sound crazy, but it is a great idea. These children need both parents in the household, but there's no way we're gonna fix that. And that never can happen. But everywhere, both the whole world need a child raised better when they're raised by the mother and father, but we know how that go already. The community have to start help law enforcement. All right, that's how it come down. Gangsters are going to tell people to take it down some places, but not everywhere. I have heard of cases, I have seen cases where bad man cause problem, but you and put up camera, but not everywhere. You understand? And not everywhere, even if your community so not hot yet, now is the time to start to invest in that. You never know where it can wind up catching. Some of the few things them we are see on the media these days are because camera in one place. A couple of shooting we see from what because camera in the place them in a certain businesses and things like that. Why we are able to see certain things. You know, the people in Jamaica need to have disguised cameras. Hold on. But the people in the community are the gunman them. And that me I try to say. And they now no come out and cry. When bad man they don't come out and cry, say police kill innocent people. And we no hear, we not make no nice when all the people them are dead. Oh, 1 9-year-old dead yesterday, we no hear no nice. We no hear no nice, but last week then kill one man with family and all that come out and say a innocent man we just do cook family dinner and just cook family dinner and share family dinner and police just kill him. While underneath the comment me hear man underneath there say he never innocent when he kill me brother 2 days ago and this, that and the third. It smell boom would I like for other police, but me no know which police it had. Somebody from law enforcement, somebody has said they can't talk. They can't talk. They know the things them way they cannot talk about. My phone is blowing up off the hook, so I think I am going to go. But this is definitely a topic we're going to have to continue on. They're saying, is the father kill the child too? Rascal. The gunman, they need to find something better for do. But I mean, I have no problem when me say police kill them out. Me not have no problem when me hear say police kill them out. When me hear say 2 dead, me glad. Me glad. Me not think police will carry them in. Me not think police will carry them in. Uno nothing then nothing go in because it don't make no sense. Go in and get bail again and come out again and the same thing.
All right. So first of all, I'm not going to show my face.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
am not
don't
going to
want any
ask you to.
comments
I
that I
figure that.
make to compromise my role in the force, or I also want to make it clear that my comments are not representative of the JCF necessarily, but it's more
It's just
personal
your
opinion.
opinion as an individual.
Right.
You
Just my
speak up a
opinion
little
as
loud. You kind of low.
hold on. Just my opinion as a member of, as a citizen of the country, essentially,
Yes.
rather than my position in law enforcement.
Okay.
So, hold on, let me take off my mask. I think that's why you probably can't hear me so good.
Yes, it's much better.
All right. All right. So a lot of times people criticize the police for various things. Crime, first thing we need to understand is that crime is not going to be solved by taking any one approach, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
police cannot solve crime. The police is not the answer to crime. That is the thing. The police represents enforcement, but before you even get to a stage where you're enforcing and doing all sorts of investigations, and we have to ensure that we minimize the things that would cause us to have to be working so hard to enforce.
Right.
So if you look at it, you make a good point about protection. Protection is very important. Surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
All of these, when citizens take protective measures, so they put up cameras and all of these things, and cameras work to some extent, but we find that many times we can't even. It's hard to even convict somebody with the camera. I've seen cases that have gone to court where people have, you know, have there's video evidence, but clarity becomes another thing because these guys know that they can put a mask over their face.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're seeing somebody, but it is not so easy
It
to
is not clear and it
definitively
won't work.
state.
It
And
won't work.
and
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
they'll get away on these little loops.
Right. But I still think.
Right, sorry, a call just came in. Right, so
Go ahead.
the other thing is that you see, with police in the states, and when a crime is committed, they can go around and they can knock on everybody's door and try to get answers and pick up and clues and trace and that type of thing. No, of course that every police officer learns about stuff like that, and that is our approach, even though if you might not see it.
Okay, that is still
Right?
the approach.
It is still commonly used. But
Mm-hmm.
when you work in a division where you have two murders reported today,
Yeah.
right? You have four officers that are stationed there. Two murders committed, and you have to be probing those murders. So then by tomorrow, another two come in that seem to be totally unrelated to the first two, and then by the following day, another set of murders, or it could be robberies, could be domestic disputes, and all of these things you have to sit and write reports for every single incident, right? The police, for the most part, some of them waste time on the phone during the day, but most of them not. Most of them, they're working very hard trying to gather clues, but they're gathering a lot of these clues without the support of the citizens. Now you can't argue, you can't say, Jesus, but the citizens supposed to come out and they're supposed to say, yo, I'm going to talk to the police and give the police all the information that I have and help to solve crime. But there's no incentive for many of them to solve it, because when they decide to give information, many of them don't feel like they will be protected. There are cases where people have given information and sometimes the same officer go back and leak information. There are cases where information gets, people will speculate once they see somebody going into a station, or the word gets around, a child might, or somebody else in a household might hear somebody over the phone and say, somebody got police go report this, and that person go tell them friend, and the friend say, and go tell that friend, and and somehow through Chinese telephone it gets back to the person, and so you find that all of these things will be problematic. It's very difficult for us to solve crime. One, because we don't have the resources, we don't have the human capital, right, to solve it, to address crimes with the same level of efficiency that you would see them doing in the United States and all of those places, where we have to do forensic analysis and them thing there, labs, and so it takes even more time than it would take in maybe what some of those international jurisdictions. Now, I want to tell you that with all of this, is it practical, for the government to hire more police officers? And will that solve our problem? It will not solve our problem. The problem starts with the state. The problem starts with all of this economic instability that is happening in the country and that has been happening, that causes people to be out of jobs and have to resort to things like scamming. No, I am not justifying scamming in any regard.
I understand.
Sir. But people need to eat, and people will find alternative ways of eating and very bad ways of eating. And what has happened in a lot of the Western parishes is that as the government has gotten more funding to tackle the issue of crime and scamming, it creates a vacuum in the system. You see, these guys don't feel protected. Obviously, the scammers cannot get protection from the police. They should not get protection from the police. If a scammer goes on another scammer rob him can't go to the police station and report it. So what he have to do? He have to arm himself. So a lot of that money is going into funding guns and ammunition. And so when that is taken away, what happened? When everybody, when the scamming is drying up, as it is in many places, right? More people get in wind that they're not making as much money as they used to make. But all of those guns are still out there on the road. And if all of those guns are out there on the road, what is going to happen?
Right.
They are going to use those guns in alternate ways. So some of those guns get in the hands of, I think the bigger part of our problem. We don't have one problem. We have a complex problem that has so many layers. But the bigger part of our problem is our poverty, is our inequality in this country, right? Is the lack of employment, and all of these things help to shape people's culture. Now you might say, look at other countries. Look at Haiti. Look at you have other poor countries that are much poorer than Jamaica. Guyana is poorer than Jamaica. Well, for now, but the crime rate is much lower.
I don't know if it's much lower, and I don't think it's much lower in Haiti.
Yeah, man, the homicide, murder rate is lower. Crime is bad there still, but the murder rate is lower in Haiti. It is lower in Guyana. It is lower in many African countries as well that are poorer than Jamaica.
So let me ask you this. We know the stage that we're at right now. We know some of what is causing it. Do you have anything, do you have an idea as to what the government has in place to try to, try to stop some of this? Is there, do you think they're coming up with any sort of plan or anything to try to end the steady climb that is going on now with the crime? Or you think we're just gonna have to just ride it out just like it is?
That is a tough question. I think the government always has had a plan. They have experimented with different things over the years, and we do have plans to tackle the problem, right? The plans operate at different scales. You'll see, for example, the other day you saw McGregor, calling out names. That's not like at the micro scale, the lower level, at the community, even calling out names of the wanted men and said, families, bring them in. You have larger scale plans.
Some of that is a good idea.
Right. I have also larger scale plans that relate to like community policing and all of the things that we have already done. Right. I am not impressed by or even encouraged so much by these plans, because these plans will not work unless we have larger systemic changes. So you're going right back to square one when you implement these plans, and no matter how fancy they are, if you don't change the thing that causes us to have to be enacting and pursuing these plans. So I don't want to see a plan for crime. I want to see a plan for poverty. I want to see a plan for inequality. I want to see a plan for greater access to better standard of living in different areas. I want to see a plan for cultural change. And then we can talk about a plan for crime. Because the plan for crime don't make no sense if you're constantly reactivating, throwing salt in this wound.
In this wound, and then basically, in your opinion, most of this increase in crime and violence is stemming from poverty. The more people are not working, pretty much the more people hungry, them are gonna do whatever it needs to do. Even though a lot of these murders, you not hear nothing about no robbing that go along with it. You understand? Because when you go thief somebody and rob them and kill him, it different from some wolf killing where we hear about where going when you not hear about no robbing behind it. But even though it can still stem from that, because for example, stuff like even the latest murders we heard of, a fireman got killed today, the 9-year-old will get killed yesterday when them never steal the car. You know what I mean? The other 15-year-old from somewhere down one of them parish, they will get killed with fear boyfriend. Me assume say maybe fear boyfriend a bad man, and thus a bad man a kill each other and a retaliate amongst them one another. Me no know if that have to do with poor, but I guess some people will probably never start out to be murderers or whatever. If them never have hunger, probably it wouldn't lead there. So poverty is one of the number one reasons we're saying. So you're thinking unless the government comes up with resources where more people can get jobs and stuff like that, then maybe this may continue. But what I want to know though, is the government able to create these resources though? The country is a poor country. We really think the government have more money pan we sit down where they could have do something and not do it.
Yeah. So that is where the challenge is. Does the government have the money? And can they get the money to do it?
And
I don't know if the government has you see, is a kind of
me not think them have it like that.
I don't think so either.
Think they have it like that. But people seems to think so. But I personally not think them have it like that. Me not think them have it like that. Them probably have it like that for somebody come up and create make one supermarket that give 15 to 20 people want work. But what kind of resource they have to come up with to give 50,000 people 50,000 people start to get a paycheck. You understand?
No, so the thing is, you can't think of resources just in terms of cash. It's not. I don't think the government is necessarily gonna use just get money to hand out to people.
No, but I mean to provide jobs.
So and that can only come through growing the economy. And of course we have plans to grow the economy. You know, even when you look at, you know, one of the things I think is one of the best things that happened to this country in recent years is even the growth of the call center industry, the BPO sector, right? That has provided employment for a lot of people. A lot of people go and say, well, call center weren't really pay that much and that. But it is still keeping youths engaged and occupied. And many youths would have been, you know, sitting at home and, you know, probably engaging in alternative things. So, you know, it is going to come through economic growth, right? Now, does the government what is killing our capacity for economic growth, though, is crime to a large extent. Crime can compromise that. Why? One, the amount of money that we have to spend in this country and protective measures. That not just businesses have to spend so much on security. So all of them little thing, they cut the profitability of the country, of the business. The other thing of the business have to worry about is JPS, which is the other criminal. So, you know, all of these things cut the profit margins and it makes us less competitive What does that mean? When you think about it now, if we are less competitive at it means that it going to kill certain industries. So you see like the manufacturing industry and them thing there, we can't compete in them spaces there, right? Maybe without this high energy bill, maybe without so much crime, we could probably compete better in manufacturing. But we just have to call that one out. Agriculture, we could have compete a little bit better. That really depends on JPS. But guess what? Crime is killing that sector as well as a lot of small farmers retreating because of issues like predial larceny and so all them for manage crime when them have to deal with climate change and them have to deal with what you call it the drought and the cost of the inputs for the farming and them something there. Too much crime just produce another put another layer on it. And as much as we subsidize and we do all of these things and we have all of these like, programs for training youth, and so if the youth them not no money come out of it, them now gonna be encouraged, right? So I think I don't even know what to say, man. It is. I think we can grow. We can. I think there's a lot of hope for Jamaica still because we have a really talented population and all of this. But I think that growth is going to be challenged. We have a really challenging journey ahead of us, right? Hopefully we find our goal, or something. And you know the crazy thing is, even if we find something like that, because we are so misguided and just corrupt and all of these things, all of these negative things, we probably will not manage that asset very well. So Jamaica is not doomed. I think there's hope. But I think the hope for us to access that hope is going to
begins where?
A lot of effort, a stronger sense of community, a stronger sense of unity amongst even the social groups in our society. I think employers need to be more sensitive to the plight of their employees. And you have a lot of labor exploitation going on out here, and that even causes people to be angry. When people underpaid and can't feed them, pick me and all sort of stuff. So also, it is such a complex problem, but I think the complexity can be resolved through better unity amongst us as citizens, and that unity is going to spread into. It's gonna translate or be expressed as we, even telling the police more, even doing other things for seeing a youth that seem to be going in the wrong direction. We kind of redirect him and guide him certain way.
That is definitely.
We just lose spirit and we lose heart. Somebody on the live said earlier, oh, it's not poverty because we have always been poor. Yes, we have always been poor. But you know what happened? Would you believe we're actually poorer today than we were back in the same time there? A. B, we were poor then, but we had more spirit. We had more community spirit. We had more morals and all of these things. And that is what makes the difference. No.
We're better off now, man. We have some things now what we never have back then.
You can't look on the material things. When you look at our exchange rate, you can't everywhere advanced technologically. Everywhere is better off materially today than they were in the 1970s, because the typical household in 1970 in Jamaica never have a car. Now,
never
the
have
typical
a fridge,
household,
never have a gas stove, never have a lot of things. Laptops,
all of that has changed, right? Because we have more access to these things now. But in terms of our quality of life, that not really changed in terms of the amount of struggle.
Right. That part of it has kind of gotten worse. I know at one point you had mentioned even the call centers and not being a good thing. It is good and it's bad too, because I am understanding that the call centers are where most of these persons are getting the informations from in terms of the scamming.
Yeah, of course.
And I still in their work, I feel like them underpaid and is not satisfied, where you're still trying to make some extra money based on the fact that cost of living is through the roof.
Exactly. And until we can close that gap between what the average salary is in Jamaica and what the cost of living is, we can't manage. We now can manage.
Let me
How we
ask you
close
this.
that gap, that is
Mhm.
beyond my pay grade to tell you how to close that gap. That is for the people who study the economics and all of them something there for work and closing that gap. But I don't know them keep on getting it wrong. So we have a road scholar for minister of education yeah, what you call it, the finance. You know, a man them have a lot of confidence in. So me I hope say, you know, something can work out. You know, but I don't know people. It's rough.
Boy, it is really rough, and we really have to just hope and do our best and play our parts. Because everybody really has a part to play in regards to what is going on. It cannot continue like this. One last question before you go. What do you think it takes? I know that this is not something easy to happen, but I don't know if it had happened before this one instant in the times where I don't know if it was the FBI, but some form of foreign unit did come down there in at a particular time when they were trying to capture the particular man, whomever he is now, send a name right now. And they were able to go down into the community and was able to handle it. Me think of the one time they me ever know of, then did have to bring in foreign police because Angus something with it bigger than them down at Jamaica. Does it have to what extreme does crime have to go to before something like that can happen again? Me just want to know, me just want to know if it's so much more extreme it was when they had came in. Me don't know how much years that, you know what I'm talking about, right?
The 2010 incident.
So long that already. At 2010 when they had came there for us.
The incursion. You're breaking up.
No, when police or FBI or whatever, they come down at Tivoli Garden and whole people, the dead man, when they not try to capture
the 2010, the incursion, man. Dodos, incursion.
At 2010 that already. Why me box back it?
11 years ago.
Yes, so I'm thinking, in order did for something like that happen, what magnitude the crime have reached to for something can happen, or was it that was just a case because this man was wanted abroad? Why that had happened then? Because I really feel like we need some resources and some help.
They're not good. The US, Interpol or any international organization. Well, let me start with the US. US does not have an interest. They will not intervene unless they have an interest in the matter. If the person that intervention was really because he had committed crimes that impact the US, or whether or not he had committed crimes in the United States.
Okay.
And impact can be direct or indirect. So it can be that they could be the person might never have traveled to the US, you know, but you know, because they know that they're involved in a particular network or something like that, you know, they will hold on to them. So really the problem as it relates to crime here, the US does not have any interest in actively or directly, you know, coming down in terms of manpower. But how does the US help? The US does other things though. They help crime by funding crime fighting initiatives, right? So a lot of funds will come from organizations over the years like USAID and other organizations to fund. Even if you look at the US really has helped a lot in tackling the scamming, and it helping tackling the scamming merely because that is a crime that was affecting most of their citizens.
Right, so they helping in that department. And
so the US does, but they're not to expect them to come and deploy people to take out somebody who we see as a bad man. That is no, we have to handle our business within the domains of our jurisdiction.
Right. From my understanding again, I get to find out a gun charge down there is still like a slap on the wrist. Is that so? No, take me here. Me hear say like when somebody get charged with gunman, like the sentence them little bit man and go in and come back out easy. I don't know if I follow this what you would call Sir P now.
Politics watch. Sir P. Yeah man.
I heard him saying something about the laws really need to change because of the old long time English laws them and something
Yeah.
to do with like gun charge is like it no. But think from when me live there, me didn't know say gun charge a big something, but me don't know what I am getting like a me 2 year and some little time people get in terms of sentence for getting caught with stuff like illegal
Yeah,
guns.
yeah, man. You see, the thing is, now the time varies. You see, sometimes it depends on so many factors. We hear a man get sentenced for several years for gun crime, and then you hear another man get 9 months, something like that. But it is normally, that the judge considers a number of circumstances. So I would not say that the penalties probably need to be a little bit harsher. Personally, I think because guns are a big part of our problem. It's a major tool that these guys use to mess up everybody and bring down the country. I would say I don't think we should have anybody sentenced to any gun crime for less than 5 years in prison.
Right,
5-6 years in
Unless
prison.
that part, it a make on a little effort going vain one to go some bombs out on the road and carrying one, and then judge a play around till they sentence by 3 year time spin then come out back. It don't make any sense. One last question again because I have to go. The guns that are coming into the country. A caller said again, it's all has to do with the politicians, and the politicians have a lot to do with all of that. Do you feel like that? Feel like as the gun come through the plate,
Guns,
politicians know about it.
I would say, well, I don't know. I
You
can't say
don't.
that the
You
politicians
can't
are
say that.
bringing in guns. I would never say that.
Yeah.
It is possible, but I don't know. I don't have any evidence, so I
And
can't
that to
say
say
that.
that.
So what I would say though is that where we do have the evidence is when we catch boats pulling up in places, certain like rivers in Jamaica where we don't know about, and I won't call any places right now. But when we catch boats out there that those boats have drugs, guns, all sorts of stuff. When the guys come in from when the fishermen out by certain keys and on the waters and so exchange guns and so for weed, another narcotics. That is how a lot of the guns come in. I don't know if
Yeah, me
politicians
know say a
are
lot of them come in via
bringing in
Haiti
guns so
from that
much.
because I think the most of the gun them are coming from Haiti. Some are coming
Yeah,
from the US, but most of them are come from where Haiti get gun from like that. I really don't know. But I am going to have to wrap up now, sir. I really want to thank you for your time. It was very important to speak to somebody really off the force. So we could have heard from your end. People were suggesting, no, police now can't talk. Me know a police that can't talk because of course you're gonna know the type of questions them where you answer to and stuff like that. So I really appreciate you chipping in, and if you're a good cop, which you sounds like one, continue to play your part and
yeah,
just do
man.
what you're able.
As I said, when you say police, as I said, I am not representing the GSCF. I'm representing myself
You're speaking as a resident of Jamaica for yourself.
as
I
a resident.
totally
I'm
get you.
representing
And I
myself,
know they totally get
not
you as
talking as
well.
a police.
All right. All right. Thanks a
Yeah,
lot for
man.
calling in, sir. All right.
Yeah, man. All right. Take care.
Alright, me like the reasoning where everybody put down. See, all of the people who were joining the conversation and what they had to say, me like what everybody had to say. And everybody's opinion was very much valid, You understand? And though some of you might not agree with what some of the persons who joined the conversation had to say, me like the things where the officer said as well. Even the woman were joining and say, yo, the politician them, the whole of them need to just get move up. Yeah, not no back and forth between the two of them. I like for speech. But what I know, my people, talk to me down below in the comment section. Let me know what's your take on this one right here. I will be looking out for your comments. See, this has been another one from Unstoppable TV. Like, share, comment, and definitely if this is your first time and you have not yet hit that subscribe button, please consider hitting the subscribe button now. Turn on all notifications. Once we upload a video, you will get notified. No matter what, don't let nobody stop you. I'm unstoppable and I'm out.
Right now, you know we unstoppable. Unstoppable.